Alright, hello everyone. So if you're wondering why I'm here in the beginning of this story, it's because this total chapter is 32 minutes long. Well, I should say roughly. So this is going to be divided in 3 chapters. Well, I should say 3 parts because of how long it is. So I'm going to be trying to make each episode around 10 minutes long. But anyways, let's get going. Mwah! Akaza's eyes widened, not in fear, but of genuine astonishment, as he scanned the individual frozen figures. Impressive. He breathed, a flicker of admiration cutting through his shock. To magnificence such indicate constructions. Your control is expressive. The praise meant nothing. Hatred coiled tighter in your chest, colder than the deepest and desperate glacier. You didn't speak. You didn't need to. A flicker of your wrist was a common enough. The ice clones made with an eerie silhouette, blades glistening under the moon as they panned out in deadly circumstances. Their footsteps crunched on the snow petals, each movement echoing like broken glass. Akaza smiled as the first clone lunged, its ice blade slicing through the frozen air. Though female in appearance, the clones were constructed ice-like, given lethal form. Akaza saw no hesitation. He didn't even. Instead, he fisted blurred forward into a strike of combat energy, shattering the consisted of 1,000 glittering shards before the blade could touch him. Ice fragments rained down like diamonds. Though they mimic your form, they are but hollow shells, devoid of true essence. Pathetic incarcerations. Akaza's voice rang out, sharp and dismissive, as he spun to meet the next clone. His fists became blurs, each strike landing with devolvation fierceness. He didn't dodge. He met them head-on, relishing the challenge. Another clone lunged, ice blade aimed to his throat. Akaza pinpointed, his knuckles cracking into the contrast midsection. It exploded in a shatter of crystalline shards that shattered across the frozen lilies like shattered glass. The cold mist hung in the air, shimmering beneath before disappearing. You didn't flinch as another clone shattered. Akaza's dismissal echoes hollowly in the meadow. Hollow shells. Pathetic. Fine. If quality wouldn't overwhelm him, you'd drown him in it. A sharp inhale burned in your lungs, the crystallization before your lungs. You raised both hands, palms facing the sky, the ground trembling from frosted earth, from the shattering ice fragments littering the lilies. New clones erupted, not 6, not 12, then 20. They bloomed like deadly frost flowers, each wielding jagged ice spears, ice-like neutrines, your twin frostblade tendril. The air screamed with a sudden violent drop in temperature, and your breath frosting into a thick, swirling mist that obscured the moon. Hagaza laughed. So this is a game you wish to play with me, Yokiana? Very well, I accept your challenge, and I shall crush them utterly. You claim not to hit a woman, but you're okay with hitting something that resembles one? You hissed, the air frosting thickening around your words, and Akaza smirked as he shattered another clone with a composition backhand. Ice shards peppered his skin, leaving the thin trails of crimson that vanished instantly beneath his regeneration power. As long as you do not stand before me, to strike an intimate object bears no resemblance to laying a hand upon a real woman. We'll see about that. You snorted, breath frosting sharply. Akaza's smirk vanished as a frozen meadow erupted. Not 20, but 30 ice clones surged within the frost-leaded earth, jagging weapons glistening, and you didn't stop there. With a furious sweep of your arm, you joined them, darting towards amidst your frozen liege. The clones weren't mere directions now. They were coordinate blizzard. While Akaza shattered one with a thousandest punch, 3 others lunged from different angles. A spear thrusted low at his knee, a nichirin glancing horizontally at his ribs, twin tendrils plunging towards his shoulders. Simultaneously, you blurred past the clones, the chaos, frost coalescing into slender, razor-edged ice dagger in your palm as you aimed it towards his neck. Thinking quick, he catches your blade in his mouth, clamping it down on the crystallization ice with a crunch that echoes through the frozen meadow. His amber eyes blaze inches from yours, frost indicating claws across his lips. But he holds firm. With his right foot, he stomps the ground, unleashing a shockwave of destructive energy. The impact ripples outwards, a constructive blast that vaporizes the nearest clones instantly, ice shattering darkening into glistening mist, the ground frustrated beneath you, white lilies parvented into dust. You braced against the force, your robes ripping violently as a shockwave slammed into you. It seems like being hit by a tornado, thriving the breath from your lungs, threatening to buckle your knees. An ice wall quickly crystallizes in front of you, absorbing the brunt of Akaza's shockwave. Crack. The ice dagger snapped between Akaza's teeth, splintering into frozen shards that scattered across his lips like diamond dust. His amber eyes burned inches from your predatory, instead, yet flickering with something unnervingly close to fluctuation. Now, with you safe away from him, Akaza dusted himself off but didn't advance, ice on his tongue melting instantly. "You caught me off guard," he mumbled, almost provingly. "I did not anticipate your abrupt intervention." He didn't respond. "Your power is remarkable," he conceded, his voice losing its mocking edge. "But this paltry struggle bores me. Give me a challenge worth my while, not these lifeless dolls. Show me more of what you can do." His gaze locks onto yours, unblinking. He didn't waste a breath. Heart heated crystallized into your action, your hand snapped downwards, frost submerging from the frozen earth, coinciding, twisting, hardening, not a simple blade this time. With a sharp swing of a nectarine of pure icicle ice materializing in your grip. Its shaft was thick, etched with swirling frost patterns, glistening like moonlight on frozen steel. The blade was long, curved, and lengthy sharp, a crescent moon of frozen death. You spun at once, the weapon humming through the frigid air, scattering ice shards momentarily. Akaza hissed through his teeth in disapproval. "So you dare brandish a weapon against me? I do not wish to fight you," he said, placing both his hands behind his back. "Instead, conjure forth more of your ice constructions. They at least are things I'm willing to fight." "Huh, what's wrong? Am I not worthy of your fists?" you jeered. "Or is it this cowardice?" Hesitantly, you're beginning to grow cautious as to why he refuses to fight women. Perhaps a twisted sense of humor, or maybe a deeper aversion. Regardless, his refusal feels like another insult rather than denial of your strength. Your right to vengeance. Why don't you fight women? The upper moon says nothing. His Adam's apple bobs twice, once. A subtle movement breath his pale skin. His amber eyes flicker, not with anger, but deeper, uncorruption. Are you perhaps afraid of girls? Or are you just that noble? You pressed, lowering your weapon glistening point. Akaza's silence stretched, thick as the frost clinging to the shattered lilies. His jaw tightened, the blue stripes on his cheeks seemingly to darken. Your barb, about to conline, hung in the frozen air, unanswered. His refusal wasn't fear. You felt the sheer, overwhelming pressure of his presence, but something raw and unresolving flickered behind those eyes. "Whatever your reason is," you hissed, frost curling from your lips. "It's relevating now." You raised your weapon, its glacial blade catching the moonlight. "You fought Kojiro without hesitation. You'll fight me." A brief moment of silence. Then, "Or you could just stand there and let me kill you," you added, voice dripping with glacial sarcasm. Akaza's eyes narrowed. Insolence. He breathed, the word frosting in the air. He didn't move. His fists remained clenched to his side, knuckles white. The refusal was a cage on you intended to shatter. You lunge, the weapon swinging as a silver arc slicing towards the throat. Akaza blurred not away but sideways, his movements liquid grace, the blade whistling past, carving ice from the air where his neck had been. He reappeared inches away, his breath cold against your face. Persistent, he mumbled, also amused and reckless. He didn't strike back. He flowed around you just like water, his bare feet barely disturbing the frozen petals. You pressed the attack, the sword a whirlwind of lethal frost thrusting at his heart, sweeping low at his legs, reverberating grip for a brutal overhead slash. Each strike meant only empty air or a fleeting brush of his pants. He was a phantom, effortlessly evading, his amber eyes tracking your every move with unnerving calm. Your form is exquisite, he commented, tilting his head to avoid a razor-sharp edge. Precision, controlled, yet he vanished before the blade completely its arch, reappearing behind you. Predictable. His breath brushed against your ear. You whirled, the spear slicing horizontally only to curve empty space. He stood 5 paces away, arms folded behind his back. He was simply toying with you now, a game of keep-away that made your knuckles ache around the sword shaft. Your breath came in ragged plums of frost, exhausted, creeping into your lungs like ice water. Rengoku. To possess a wife radiating such exquisite beauty, brimming with untapped potential. Is truly a privilege worth of envy. Akaza's voice cut through the frigid air, smooth as silk, yet layered with unsettling flavor. He remained a statue, arms folded behind him, effortlessly stepping to your barrage. Shut up, you screamed, the sword blurring into a furious whirlwind of ice arches, each strike aimed to cleave, to pierce, to shatter. But Akaza flowed around them like smoke, his movements effortlessly, infatuating. Your muscles burn, lungs aching with each frost-littered gasp. The sword never felt heavier, the cold leeching your strength. Don't you dare speak of his name,